I don't like doing makeup for people. Like,
Okay.
I don't like doing anything for people.
Waiting for the claps. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Act Up with Alana J, a.k.a. Moi. Besos. I don't know what that means. Wherever you're listening to this, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, follow, do all of the things. And today I am super excited, as always, to have my guest. She is an actor. She is a model. She is a super mom. What else is she? She's an author. She's an author. This is a new one. This is the newest title. Ladies and gentlemen, there's none of those here. Katherine Nunez.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Thank you for being here, babe. Now, me and Kathy go way back, like a tight wife beater and a wave cap, and we'll get into that. But first, we're going to get into our 1-minute segment. Marv, we're putting a minute on the clock. We're calling this random, because that's what it is. It's random words, and that's fun to call it random. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. I prepped Kathy on the way here. I'm just going to throw out a bunch of random ass words, and she's going to give us the first word that comes to mind for each word. Minute on the clock. And in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Recording.
Live.
Speech.
Presidential.
Weakness.
Strong.
Employment.
Jobs.
Manufacturer.
Sheen.
I like that.
I don't know why.
Camera.
Action.
Yes. Football.
Baseball.
Difficulty.
Easy.
Law.
Enforcement.
Industry.
Sucks.
Mixture.
Alcohol.
That's what I thought of too. Media.
Campaign.
Income.
I don't have any.
That was my thought. My thought was, I need some. That was my thought. Yes, we did it. We made it through. Now the brain is a little warmed up. The brain is a little primed. All right. Marv already knows. He's got the next minute on the clock. Now we're just going to do a rapid fire interview. There's like Facebook facts.
Okay.
Let's try to keep the answers as short as possible to get through as many questions as possible, which I'm going to be coming up with off the top of my head because I didn't write these down. Are you ready?
I think so.
I think I am too. Ready? And go. What town were you born in?
Weehawken.
Where do you live?
Edgewater.
What's your favorite color?
Red.
I knew that. What is your favorite destination to visit? Favorite country to visit, rather.
Spain.
Similar. Favorite vacation spot?
Dominican Republic.
Wepa. Favorite food?
Dominican food.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Favorite movie?
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, she was ready for that.
Yeah.
Favorite actor?
Johnny Depp.
Favorite actress?
Julia Roberts.
Oh, she's one of my favorites too. Favorite book?
Mine. Tales of a Latina Girl.
Yes, honey. Yes. What's your middle name?
Christine.
Oh, love that. And what size shoe are you?
In Europe, I'm a 39. In America, I'm an 8.
Yes, we did it.
Yeah, we did. I was so nervous. I'm
We
like, what are
made
the
it
answers
through.
going to be?
Girl, I didn't know what the questions were going to be, so I was equally.
I love that. It was so good.
Good, I'm glad. Yay, we're having fun. That's the whole point of this. So, Kathy, you and I met. We met in a different era. We met in the blog era.
Yes.
I had another girl on the show. We met in the same blog. That was Melissa Sweets. We were both a part of. You were one of like the main people a part of what was the sorority of hip hop, formerly Strawberry Blunt.
Yes. We were like the originators of like the all female movement, I feel like. Um, we were, bloggers, event coordinators, event planners. We held concerts, we did showcases. I mean, we fundraisers, radio.
Yes.
We did it all. And we had a nice group of women, very beautiful, smart, intelligent women that were like, doing their part. So it was a good time.
It was a good time.
I miss it.
I miss it too. I miss it too, y'all. Oh, so much. But I feel as though that was like a turning point for me in my life, really.
Yeah.
Like as far as like fashion was concerned, like I really felt like I found my style hanging out with y'all,
Yeah.
like y'all inspired me in so many different ways.
Oh, I love that.
That was for me, that was like the first connection I made through the internet that manifested in real life, like now you just slide in anybody's DM and then you could be, you could wind up seeing them in person. But back then, yeah, it was really something special. It
Yeah,
was really
'cause
something special.
Twitter was more poppin' than
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
So people would tweet a lot and everything was through Twitter.
Yes.
And so it wasn't a visual thing. It was more of like a texting thing.
Right.
But you're online texting with people.
140 characters or less. You feel
Yeah,
me?
you had
heard?
to get it. You had to say what you needed to say in 140 characters or less. So you had to be real creative with your
Yes.
words.
Yes.
So yeah, it was a time. Things are different now though, but
They
yeah.
definitely are. They definitely are. So we already talked about all your titles. Where did your creativity bug, when did that bug first bite you?
So I've always been creative since I was a little girl. I've always liked to take pictures, be in front of the camera. I always wanted to model. I always wanted to be in ballet, but I couldn't because my mom couldn't afford it. I went to private school, so it was either private school or extracurricular activity. My mom chose education, has a priority.
Yeah,
And
that's a real thing.
yeah, so I had to figure out about, the free extracurricular activities in school. So I played a lot of sports. I did cheerleading, things like that.
Oh.
And then when I got to high school, I transferred from private school to public. So there was a little bit more extracurricular activities at the public school. So there was a theater program there. And it wasn't until my junior year that I was interested in being in the play, because in my English literature class, our teacher made everybody be part of the play. If you were taking English literature, you're in the play. It was like part of the class.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah,
I love that so much.
It was amazing because it kind of forced you to see if this is something you would want to do, whether you liked it or not. You're either going to do background, you're going to do the lights, you're going to be in charge of the stage setting, or you're going to be an actor, whichever, but you're going to play a role in this play. So I actually landed one of the leading roles. And I was going to play like the sexy, seductive character. I forgot the name of the play. It was such a long time ago. But it was also a traumatic experience because I was 16 and pregnant. I tried to hide my pregnancy so that I could be a part of the play, but they found out anyway. And they were like, you can't be on stage while pregnant. So it kind of like discouraged me for a while, because I was like, damn, like I'm having a baby. I'm not going to be able to like do any of this ever again. Like this was my one opportunity to like get into acting or see if this is something I want to do. So that's when like my creative bug was sparked, but I couldn't really, I didn't finish. So I always felt like I needed to finish that part of my life as I became older, but I didn't know how. So when I met Strawberry Blunt Girls and I was like introduced to the entertainment industry, that was like the second time that my creativity juices sparked. And I was like, okay, well, this is another form of creativity that I can tap into. Let's see where this goes. And then from there, I got into modeling. Then from modeling, I, did a lot of video shoots, and then I got into acting. Like I started taking acting classes in 2016. And
Yo, I think we started at the same time. I think I started in 2016 as well.
yeah,
Either 2015
I
or
started
2016.
after you though. So maybe I know I started because you inspired me. Yes, you did.
Stop
So
it!
I was already
Stop right now.
Yes, you did inspire me because even though we were in two different spaces at the
Yeah.
time, we were still following each other on social media, and I had seen that you had posted like one of your workshops, and I was like, maybe I should take a workshop, and I was dating this guy. He was like, well, what do you want to do? Because I had took like a hiatus from like bartending
Yeah.
and modeling. I just didn't want to be like in that seen in that light anymore, like as a sex symbol.
Right.
Because modeling, like you're immediately put in a box.
Uh-huh.
They put you in that box of like, you're sexy, you're pretty, just keep doing that.
Stay there.
Yeah.
Just smile.
And then I had the bright red hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Kathy Red.
Yes.
I knew Kathy in the Kathy Red era.
Yeah, so that's the Kathy Red era was the strawberry blunt era. I always equate them to be the same thing because it's like, yeah, that was a fun time, but it put me in a box, and that's why I took a hiatus. I dyed my hair black, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, I rebranded, and I started taking acting classes with Anthony Mendel. I think that's where I saw you posting him.
What? I didn't take class with him, but that does sound familiar.
Maybe you took a work. I don't remember.
Listen, there's
so many workshops. Like
there's
after
so
you
many
join
classes.
one, you find out about all of them,
Right.
like everywhere. So, but that was the first workshop I took, and then after that, I started studying with Thomas G. Waits, and that's been my coach forever. I've taken other workshops, but he coaches me when I have like a big audition. I'll hire him, and like I work with him, and hope to book the job.
That's it. Just do the work. Just show up, do the work. I mean, I don't know about you, but I try to go into auditions now. Just, all right, here we go. I'm going to go in, I'm going to have fun, and then I'm going to forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the key. I try not to think too much about it. Like it's hard not to, because you want to be like, you're like, damn, did I do that right? Did I say it right?
Right. All the overthinking. Yeah, after the fact, like, damn, I should have done it this way. I should have used that. I should have done this. Yeah,
I remember I auditioned for like this role to be an evil witch, and I legit went and got like a wig, and like I did all the work, and then my coach was like, "Why did you get the wig? Like it's too much." I don't, but you make choices as an actor. Like you just make choices and hope that choice, is a good choice.
Exactly, because it's so subjective. It's absurd how subjective it is. Like, let me tell you, there was one casting director workshop that I took at Actors Connection. It was 6 casting directors. 3, we saw 3 at a time. When I tell you, the first 3 and the second 3 had almost complete opposite feedback for some of the scenes. Like complete opposite feedback.
So you just never know.
Like we were in the class laughing. Like we were laughing, the rest of the students, and they were like, "What's funny?" And we were like, literally the other 3 just said the exact opposite of what you did. Like it was absurd, and it just went to show you, like, there is absolutely no formula. There's
no right or wrong way. You just kind of go into it, and
you just have to commit.
Yeah, and
really,
commit.
The only wrong way is not making a choice. That's the only wrong way to go about acting. Well, let me backtrack for a second, because first of all, I had no idea that you had the modeling started with Strawberry Blunt. For some reason, I thought you had like a career already before that.
No, I was a mom. I was a mom, like all that time, like a stay-at-home mom for a while. And I met Melissa Sweets. Like I reconnected with her because we went to grammar school together, and we did some high school, and then I reconnected with her as an adult after we both had kids. She was doing radio, and I was like, oh my God, I kind of want to get into the media. And that's when she kind of started bringing me around, and she was like, you should do makeup, like for the girls of Strawberry Blunt. Initially, I was like the makeup artist, but then Hala and Lauren were like, we want you to be like more than the makeup artist, like, and I was also doing events. Like I was already hosting a few events. So I brought that to the table.
Right.
And I would coordinate all these events for Strawberry Blunt hosting all over the city. I don't know if you remember.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
yes,
we were
I remember.
Vintage lounge.
I do and don't remember because a sister was a little loca back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Y'all couldn't tell, but yeah. Greenhouse. Remember we went to Greenhouse one night?
Whip.
Yeah, I remember one night we went to Greenhouse. It was you, me. I think I brought a coworker of mine and my friend Vicky, who's in LA. Shout out to Vicky. You better be listening, bitch. Better be listening, bitch. And yeah, I remember, after that night, I remember going to like a bodega and just like making a mess there and like stealing like cookies and shit. And the dude just let me because he was like, this girl is out of her mind.
It's so funny. Yeah, because those were some really great times. Like, I feel like I was working, so I didn't get to have as much fun as my friends did at these events. So yeah, that's my regret. I'm like, I didn't have enough fun there. I was always working.
Yeah. I mean, well, thank you for the work that you did, because the work that you did allowed me to have a lot of fun. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Okay. So Strawberry Blunt, modeling, makeup. Is that something... Do you did you pursue that?
No,
for your own?
I do my own makeup, like where it helps me because I don't have to pay for a makeup artist ever, legit. And like, if you ever had a bad experience with a makeup artist where you send a deposit and they don't show up or they're late or whatever,
or they give you a style, coño.
Yeah, so I don't deal with that anymore. I've always been into makeup. I've always been into beauty. I'm like, I'm a girl's girl, and at the time, I was working at Ulta Beauty Cosmetics. This is like 2010, y'all.
Wow.
And
the one in Edgewater?
Yeah, the one in Edgewater. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
And that's where I learned a lot of my makeup techniques, and I just used them. I didn't pursue like a legit career, but I would do makeup here and there for a few people. But I wasn't like, because in my naturals, I don't like doing makeup for people. Like, I don't like doing anything for people. Like when it comes to hair, I just don't want to do that. I just want to come in and be happy, be cute, and that's it. I'll do it for myself, but yeah.
That's fair. That is fair.
I just knew that I wasn't going to enjoy doing makeup when one time I did this lady's makeup at Ulta, and she was like, give me a smoky eye. And I gave her a smoky eye, and she was like, it's too smoky.
Bitch.
And I was like, yeah.
Bitch, do you want smoke? This smoky eye could come with some smoke if you want.
That's exactly my sentiment. That was exactly my sentiment. So I was like, yeah, this isn't for me. I'll do it for my friends, like that, people I know. But yeah, no, I'm not going to be a makeup artist.
That's fair. I appreciate that. But it is, I mean, it's a great
skill.
It's a skill that is great for you to have as an actor. Yeah, because for auditions, when I was in school and we had to do some on-camera shit, my teacher would be like, yeah, Alana, setup looks great. Just, some makeup maybe. It's like, damn, Sonia, it's hot. I was in Baton Rouge. I was going to sweat off my face as soon as I put that shit on. Anyway, but no, it's true. Like, it's a skill that all actors, even the men, you guys should know how to put a little powder on,
For the shine,
hey, if maybe you don't like doing it for other people, Kathy, but if you want to make a little video, maybe that shit'll go viral. Like, this is what you do, pendejos y pendejas.
I do plan on making a little tutorial on how I do my everyday makeup, and I'm gonna put it on a platform that I'm currently trying to get all my content on. Like, I want to just transfer everybody there. It's called Brand Army. You should definitely. I'm gonna send you the link so you can join too. But yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. And for those watching, I'm sure you could see Kathy's face is glowing. So she knows what she's doing. Okay? She knows what she's doing. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Thank you.
So, okay. That story, though, again, I'm non-linear. I'm going to go all over the place. The story of you acting and the trauma from being that's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's real.
I write about it in my book. It's because I want to inspire girls to never give up on their dream. Like, just because you have a baby doesn't hinder you. And it shouldn't hinder you. And I felt so, discouraged when I knew they were doing it for a safety reason, for safety reasons. But it did so much trauma. I could have started earlier, with acting, if I had not thought that having a baby was, a disability,
Yeah. Oof. Oof. I'm going to be honest, the majority of women in my life who I look up to the most are the ones that also have kids. Like the majority of women that I feel like are crushing it are moms. Because that's the hardest job there is, bro. Like you had the hardest job at 16. That's That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, now I'm sure you have so much to draw from because of that.
Yeah.
Because of that experience. Let's talk about acting. Let's talk about acting now. We got to talk about the acting.
Let's talk about it.
Let's go all in. So you started training around 2016.
Yes.
And exactly what was the motivation behind that in that moment?
Well, in that moment, I had done a lot of music videos. I had already did a lot of photo shoots. I've met, I had already been in the industry, moving and grooving and maneuvering as a model. And I felt stuck. I was like, where do I go from here? I like what I'm doing. I like the entertainment industry. I like being on set.
Mm-hmm.
I know that much.
Yeah.
But how can I elevate this and, add more value to what I already have? And,
right.
I was just talking to some mentors and peers. And at the time, I was being mentored by one of my friends, may he rest in peace. He used to work at Bravo Media Inc. He was like the creative director there. And
is that like Bravo from the TV show?
No, it's just a media it was like a studio space, kind of like this. Okay. And a lot of people would come there and film like music video. They had a green screen and a white room, and it was a studio. A lot of projects were filmed there, like VH1 did a lot of stuff there. A lot of like the green screen from all the reality shows where it was done there.
Okay.
They did a lot of lighting for fashion shows. A lot of like the campaigns were filmed there for New York Fashion Week. Mm-hmm. It was a media space. Okay. And he was my mentor, and he wouldn't tell me exactly what to do, but he would ask me questions that would like, just help me think a little bit about like my future. And he was like, well, what do you want to do? Where do you want to go from here? Like, and I'm like, I want to get into acting. He said, well, how are you going to do that? Mm-hmm. He didn't tell me how. He was just like, how are you going to do that? Figure it out.
Right.
And so I just Googled, did some research, was following you. And like, literally, I think you posted something and I was like, oh, wow. Like it's in my face. Like it was right in my face. And then I clicked the link, paid the deposit, and started taking acting classes. And it's been like, a whirlwind from there. Like I haven't stopped.
Genuinely, we have the same story as far as acting goes. I took a class and never looked back.
Yeah.
And kind of similar to you, it is going back to my younger self, because the first thing that I did, my first performance endeavor, I was a competitive figure skater. And, I mean, it's physical storytelling with technique, like figure skating is one of those things that it is a sport, but it is also an art.
Yes.
Which like gymnastics, I feel like
it's ballet on ice.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. And, there were some traumatic moments there for me. Like I developed an eating disorder, and, I came to a point where I was like, I feel like I need to stop this in order to get better. So, that like my inner child I kind of let go of my inner child in that moment.
Yeah. And they say like, always do what you do in your adult life should always reflect what you loved to do in your childhood.
Yeah.
Like that's what you should do. What you loved to do as a kid, do that forever. Like don't stop.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So
Here we are. Big kids.
Big kids. I love it. I love it so much. Okay. So now, how was when you first started taking acting class? Do you remember what you were thinking? Like what it felt like to be in that space?
I felt uncomfortable at first because I was around other actors that already were
experienced.
Yeah. Even though it was an intermediate class, it still felt like these other people already had resumes, already did some background work.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know what background acting was. Like, I didn't even know that you can have a whole career making, as a background actor, like
Mm-hmm.
there's so many layers. So, I was nervous, but I was open. Like I was just like, I just want to be free in here. I felt very free because everyone loves the same, everyone was there for the same reason. We all love being creative and we love acting.
Mm-hmm.
At least when you come into a place, you're like, if I'm here, I'm going to love it.
Yeah.
And I remember the first scene I did was with an actor who didn't even speak very well English, but he was such a good actor. And it helped me.
Where was he from? Do you remember where he was from?
He was, I don't want to say the wrong country, but Middle Eastern.
Okay.
For sure. And everybody was laughing. It was my first scene. Everyone was laughing. And I was like, oh, I got a reaction out of people. Like, so maybe I'm okay. Like, maybe I'm not that bad. And I forgot the scene because it was such a long time ago. And I once I do something, I move on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember all my monologues. Every year I try to remember like a new monologue because I'm not going to remember the one from last year.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, so I felt a bunch of different emotions. It was, free, but I was also scared. So I just kind of like put that into my scene. They just threw me in there and I did it.
Yeah. Was it at the Producers Club?
No. Well, eventually I went to the Producers Club with Thomas G. Waits.
Okay.
But Anthony Mendel, I don't even know if he's still there, but it's on 36th Street.
Okay. In the city.
Like a studio, yeah.
Okay. Because I remember seeing a clip of you in a scene at Producers Club, and you were mad funny. It was funny. Like
it was Den of Thieves.
Den of Thieves.
Yeah, I never forget everything I did at the Producers Club. I remember because I love that place. That place was amazing. So yeah, my first real time performing in a theater, like in front of a crowd, was doing Den of Thieves. And it was classwork, but it was a real production, and we sell tickets and make people come. And I played Maggie, and I love that character because she's like a klepto thief, and she.
It's a great play. Anything Stephen Adly Gerges writes, I love him. I'm obsessed with. So yeah, for those of you that watch The Bear, he's like super connected to Liza Colon-Zayas, who is on The Bear, who is Emmy nominated. Anyway. Just theater people know. People know.
Yes.
Yeah, and native New Yorker through and through. So his material resonates so much.
So I was happy to be given that role because when you go into Thomas's class, see Thomas G. Waits, he's different. Like he treats his class like you're really in a real production. Like you're rehearsed. You're gonna pick a scene as soon as you enter. He's gonna give you a role. He's gonna give you a scene partner, and you're rehearsing for the next 3 months to perform.
Yes.
So I love that. That's how I learned how to do scene work and dissect characters and
amazing.
At the Producers Club.
So, shout out to the Producers Club. Ooh, if walls could talk.
Yes.
If walls could talk, the Producers Club would have some secrets about me. I'll tell you that much. That's for another episode that we'll put behind a paywall. Hey y'all, it's your girl Alana J, and I'm here to tell you about all the magic that is happening at Bravery Studios, New Jersey's #1 podcast recording studio. At Bravery Studios, you handle all the talking and they do the rest. That's it. Seriously, all you have to do is show up and shine. Yes, honey, work. With 3 different filming locations, there's a perfect space for every type of podcast. From cozy chats to high-energy shows, Bravery has got you covered. But wait, there's more. Bravery Studios hosts monthly events and podcast gatherings, perfect for networking and connecting with fellow creators. So what are you waiting for? Head over to Bravery Studios and let's make some podcast magic together. Do it. Come on. You know you want to. You know you want to. Stage. This is stage we're talking. When did you, from your training, when was the first gig? How long did it take for you to book like your first thing? Paid or unpaid? Paid or unpaid? How long after you began training? Do you remember? Like the first thing that you booked, the first job?
So the first job as an actor was on an independent film called Chained, and I was a background actor.
Okay.
Literally just
wallpaper, yeah.
But it was fun.
Yeah.
And I actually did something where I was crying as I'm getting into the van because I said, let me just add some layer. Even though I'm a background actor, I'm going to start crying because I'm getting locked up. Like, I'm not happy to be locked up.
Yeah.
So that was the first game. That was like a year after. And that's because I asked. I went and I saw that my friend was co-directing this film. And I'm like, hey, like, let me know if you need any background actors. I'm trying to, get into acting. So boom, I asked for that.
Boom. You see? She created that.
There, I met the director and the writer and the producer of Chained and Pocket Full of Game. And when she saw me, she loved me. She was like, oh my God. She started following me on Instagram, saw my following. Deborah Cardona.
Shout
outs to her. She gave me my first lead role. She cast me for the first film that I ever did as a leading actress called Trapped with Jermel Howard.
Okay.
And that was
Jermel Howard. This is the one that played Biggie, or this is somebody else?
No, this is somebody else. He's on BMF.
Okay.
He's on this other show that's on BET. I forget the name, but he's done his thing.
Deal.
Yeah, you know who he is.
Yeah, I'm better with faces. I love you all. I love you all. I do. But yeah, better with faces.
Yeah. So I got to work with him my first time in a like. I was like, okay, this is good for me. Like, as an actress to be able to perform well with this actor who's seasoned. He's been in a few things already. I'm like, I was really excited about that.
Yeah.
So I got my feet wet there. And then from there, I did Pocket Full of Games. So shout out to Deborah, because she kind of gave me my opportunity to show myself as an actress, as a leading actress in a film. And, I can do it. I know I can do it.
Yo, y'all, if you haven't seen Pocket Full of Game, listen. Katherine Nunez steals the show in Pocket Full of Game. Because I know you in real life. So I'm like, okay, Kathy. All right, pop. Okay. All right. Backing up the drugs, all of that.
And I'm from Weehawken.
The commitment.
So I committed to that.
The commitment, like, yeah, you did your thing.
Yeah, I was hanging out in Harlem, I want to say, before filming Pocket Full of Game, because I had to play like this gangster girl, like from the hood. I did hang out in Harlem a lot for
growing
like
up?
No, not growing up. For the film, like during before the film, like the pre-production of it, I'm always in Harlem hanging out. So I got that little Harlem like flavor in me, and I used that in the film.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, and it was effective. Do you have a process for preparation these days, or is everything different?
I mean, everything can be different, but for me, like, I need to have the script like 3 weeks in advance. I don't want to get it the day before, but you never know. Like, in this industry, you just have to be prepared for whatever comes your way, because you might get the script the day before, and you have to be able to adjust and memorize it in a short time and get into character in a short time. But if it was up to me, my personal preference would be give me the script 3 weeks in advance, maybe even 2 months. As soon as you can get it to me, give it to me so I can start reading it and reading the whole script. I would like to read the whole thing, not just my scenes. I want to read everything. Then I want to take out my scenes, memorize that, get into character, do it by myself at first. And then if I can rehearse with a scene partner, I'll usually do my son. He gets annoyed with it. He hates it, but, it's his job.
The youngest?
The oldest.
Oh, the oldest. Okay.
Yeah. The youngest doesn't even entertain that. He wouldn't even, these Gen Zers, they're like, bye, Mom.
Get out of my face.
But my oldest, he'll help me. And that would be my ideal way of preparing for a scene. But, these days, you never know.
Right.
I've gotten scripts the day before, 2 days before, and...
Yeah, I mean...
And auditions, like, especially when you get auditions, like, you'll get it's like...
Sometimes you get it the day... Sometimes it's like, hey, it's 7 a.m., can you get this to me by noon? It's literally, like, I had a callback. I actually had a theater callback for John Leguizamo's Kiss My Aztec. Before it was on Broadway. It was when they were workshopping it. They gave me the callback the day of. And I was like... I was personal training at the time, so I was already in the city at my job. I was like, I don't have I'm at work already. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
anything with me. So I'll go, but just let them know I don't have anything with me, you know? But yeah, it's definitely, adaptability is the key in this game. And for TV too, like,
you have to adapt. Yeah.
When I did Blue Bloods, like, they changed the scene up until like the night of, maybe even the day of, you know?
Yeah, you never know when the director's going to change his mind, or the writer's like, oh, you know what, let's do it like this. Let's say this instead of that. And you might be stuck on saying it one way, how you rehearsed it. So it can be beneficial to like rehearse, 2 months in advance or a month in advance, but it's not realistic because things always change while on set.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you, this could be the same answer, but it could not be the same answer. Which is your screen performance thus far that you're the most proud of, and which has been your favorite?
I'm most proud of Pocketful of Game because it was my first real leading role. Yeah. And I just love that project. I went hard for that project. Yeah, you did. And
I see it. It showed. Yeah. Give me claps, Marv. Give me claps. She needs some claps for that.
And my favorite is Secret Love Triangle on Lifetime, because it's on Lifetime, and like, who didn't grow up watching Lifetime? And for me, that was huge. Like,
yes,
to get on Lifetime.
Was that, because I know you posted your audition from that?
Yes.
And then I think you posted the scene in juxtaposition. Was that one scene? What was that?
I had a few scenes, but I just posted like that one clip because I wanted everyone to go watch the movie. But yeah, it was. You're asking which scene it was, or how
many scenes? Yeah.
I did,
talk about the project in general.
It was about 4 or 5 scenes. Nice. Where she's in jail, and I'm like, I'm like her roomie. I'm her like bunkie. What is it? Mm-hmm. And I've been in jail a while. I kind of like, you just doing my bid, getting through it. And I see that my friend is like trying to get out, trying to figure out like, trying to talk to the board, trying to like figure out how to get out because she's innocent. And I help her get out of jail. Oh. So that's pretty much it. I'm like this superhero in a way. Yeah. I'm like, save the day. Yeah. And I take the, I don't want to say too much because I want people to go and see it. Yes. But
where can we see it?
On Lifetime and on Amazon Prime.
So Lifetime has on demand or something like that? Like Lifetime on demand, or do they just play it? It's just playing.
No, it's on demand.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think you can buy, but you can also do Amazon Prime.
Secret Love Triangle.
Yeah.
Go watch it, y'all.
Go watch it.
Go watch it. Go stream it. Whatever verb it is. Go watch Kathy. Okay.
Just
find his keepers. Anyway. Okay. That tape was great too. Your audition was great. I'm like, they got you going in for a lot of like rugged shit.
They do. Which
how do you feel about that?
I mean, as an actor, like you just take what you get.
Yeah.
But I would like to. Do a more powerful role where I'm not. I mean, not to say that my character in Lifetime, Michelle, wasn't powerful. She was. It's just, I'm not just a prison inmate. I'm not just a drug dealer. I always get these like, scam artist kind of roles. Like, I don't know what it is, but like as a Latina, I would love to be able to represent us in a more positive and powerful light.
Yeah.
So, I'm working on it.
Right.
But,
Like you said, we go in for what we get. My first booked role, I was a pregnant gangbanger's wife. So, I'm nothing like that in real life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thank the Lord.
But there is something to be said about being able to step into that. And even though that's our job, right? That's our job. Like, we have absolutely no connection to these people that we're being asked to bring to life. And our job is to find a way to connect.
Yeah. And, for me, it's like, what, if I can just see the positive in this role, like she is strong, she is powerful, she was vulnerable. So, and that's what's important to me. Like, just being able to make people feel the same pain that Michelle was feeling while she's, knowing that she's never getting out of jail. She might be in there forever, and, but she's still going to help her friend, because most people in that situation would be selfish and not care to help their bookie or whatever. But
right.
So I felt like, it was still a nice character to play because it showed a lot of vulnerability.
Absolutely. She found a purpose in
Yeah.
her plight.
Yeah.
If you will. Do you have like a dream role and or dream collaborators?
I would love to work with J-Lo. I mean, if she would just hire me. Like,
I mean,
can
hello.
you just hire us?
Can we be cousins? We could be Kathy could be your sister. I could be a cousin. Come on, let's go. Primanas. That could be the name of it. J-Lo, I'm pitching primanas to
Primanas.
you. Okay? Because we want to be a primana. Anyway.
But no, that's who I would love to work with. And I would like to work with any and all Latinas. Like, that would be my dream. Salma Hayek, Sofia Vergara, Penelope Cruz. Like, I want to work with all of them. Eva Mendes, like, low key, like, she's in the cut right now, but we forgot about her.
Yeah.
Like, she's a great actress too.
She is.
There's so many. So I just want to be able to be in that room and work with all those beautiful ladies. My dream role,
like a type or whatever that means to you.
For me, like, my favorite ideal role is like playing a mother. I don't know if it's because I am a mother, but I love, that it's easy. It comes natural for me to play a mom.
I mean, that was your first job, basically.
Yeah, it was my first job. So yeah, I love, if I can just continue to do that, I'll do that.
I love that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Authentic. Dude. So now we have another endeavor. Actually, wait, I want to go back. Do you have any rituals for either auditions or for being on set?
No.
I mean, okay, that's fine. You don't have to.
Like, nothing specific, but I am like a big manifester. I do, a lot of like spiritual work all the time. Yeah. But I don't specifically, like, before an audition do any kind of like ritual or anything. Like, I don't have something that I'm like, I have to do this. No. Because because you never know, like, if you're able to provide that ritual every time you get an audition, then you're going to make it a habit. And I don't like to committing to those kind of things.
That's
if
valid.
That makes sense.
That's valid. No, that's completely valid.
Because not for nothing, I have a friend, she was at my birthday party and she got an audition at my birthday party. She had to go to the bathroom and like do the audition. Yeah. And it's like, if that was happening, it's like if there was a ritual that needed to be done before the audition, like, where is she going to do the
Right. What is she going to do? Take a piss, wipe her ass? What is she going to do? You know what I mean? Like, yes.
But, I'm big on manifesting, praying, and just always staying positive and like knowing that if you didn't get this role, it's okay because it wasn't for you. It was for someone else, you know, and the next one will come and you just have to be patient. I don't stay committed to anything, if that makes sense. Because I know like nothing is going to be forever. I might not get this role. So let me just do my best. And if I get it, I get it. Great. I'll celebrate. If not, it's fine.
If not, you keep it moving.
Yeah.
People, I love it. I love it when I have auditions and I tell people, civilians, if you will.
Yeah, because regular people.
And then they'll be like, oh, did you hear back? And I was like, I need to explain something to you. Okay. The only time you hear back
is if you get
it. So more often than not, you expect to not hear back. Not in a way that you want to manifest that, but you have to be prepared for that reality.
Yeah.
Just the ratio. I mean, I want to get to a place where my ratio for booking gets stronger, but they don't know who Alana J be yet. So
yeah,
slowly but surely, y'all gonna learn. You learn right now.
They sure will. And that's why I feel like you just have to keep creating. Like, as an artist, you just create, you do the work, and you try to put yourself out there as much as you can.
Yes, and twofold. First, hilarious, because I think there should still be We filmed something for the hilarious show that was virtual, right? Weren't we in something for a virtual show? It
Yes,
wasn't a
we
live
did like
show?
a virtual comedy show, and that was my first time doing anything funny.
Yeah, and you were great. You wrote something too.
I wrote
The
something.
puppets.
Yeah, you guys helped me. I got a lot of help with with the script.
But it was great.
But it was great. But I had an idea of like, I based it around my real life, like when I was a stay-at-home mom, and I had to clean all the time, and I had to clean after my baby daddy and his dirty socks. So we made this thing like Mr. Dirty Socks or something. It was so funny.
It was mad funny. I don't know.
I used puppets.
You did, and I was just like, look at Kathy, look at Kathy being a puppeteer.
It was funny.
It was.
Yeah.
I think you could watch it somewhere. It should be on the Hilarious Show's YouTube. So go to the Hilarious Show's YouTube. I think the second show that's a virtual show, you'll see Kathy in that. I was so happy that happened. And that was the last time I saw you, was when we were recording footage for the virtual Hilarious.
Yeah.
For the Hilarious Show.
Yeah.
And that was 4 years ago.
That was a long time ago. But we see each other all the time on social media.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like I see you all the time, but it's virtually again.
It is another dimension, essentially. But going back to creating your book.
Yes, Tales of a Latina Girl. Thank you.
Talk about it.
Yes, so I'm writing Tales of a Latina Girl. It's based on my life, all the trials and tribulation I've been through as a single mom, getting into the entertainment industry, how I got into the entertainment industry, the things that I've done, the people I've worked with. So I definitely dive into the Kathy Red and Strawberry Blunt era, the bartending era, the modeling, the dating scene while being in the entertainment industry, the kind of guys I dated, and how I got into acting and how it helped me, get back to my innermost childlike ability, which is, was something I always wanted to do. And I want to help young girls, just not make the same mistakes I did.
So is it an autobiography? It's
an autobiography / help book, if that means, yeah. It's, because I'm hoping that my life will inspire and hope and motivate and help other girls, other young Latina girls.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And is there a timeline?
So right now we're in the editing process. The person that I want to work with has a lot of other books that they're working on. So the timeline initially was supposed to be during Latin Heritage Month. So let's see. But if not, just stay tuned.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be like a child. Is it a picture book? Are there pictures?
There's going to be photos. There's going to be photos. I'm going to include a lot of, because it's part, you want to see, it's a visual thing. You want to see the progress and how I looked when I started, how I look now. Not that there's much of a difference. I still look the same. Okay?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Sis.
But yeah, there's going to be photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So now, how with everything going on in the industry, with the strike, we were talking about this on the way here. I know that you are non-union, but how are you, other than the book, how are you managing with the constant change in the industry?
It's overwhelming because I'm very once I like something and I like a certain strategy, I like the way this is, I like to stick to that and just, that's it. I don't like too much change. And there's always constant change. It's the industry. Things are always evolving. So it is overwhelming. But for me, I just try to stay in my own lane, stay authentic to who I am, work. I like working with independent filmmakers because I feel like at least there you're able to, one, work, and two, they don't always book you for the rugged roles. You get to kind of show yourself in a different light. So I just try to maintain by, staying creative, using my platform to, motivate other women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it.
How do you, because now, and we were also talking about this on the way here, social media and the social media piece just being such a big part. Social media has straight up disrupted Hollywood.
It has. Yeah. It's changed everything. It's made it so accessible. It's made Hollywood too, like, but oversaturated.
Yeah. How are you using, or do you have a strategy with how you use social to further your acting career?
You know, no, because I feel like for me, I don't like to associate the two, but it's almost hard not to, because people do, the casting directors do look at your social media if they cast. Some of them will look at your page, so I have to try to keep it very well balanced. I don't like to put too much acting, because it's not just an acting platform. It's like my lifestyle. So I just keep it very balanced, where I give everybody a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I don't use it to advance my acting career in any way, shape, or form, because for me, I like to stick to the craft. Like, I want people to hire me because they think I'm good, not because they think I have a following. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, because I don't have a following and I think I'm good. So
yeah.
I do know I think I'm excellent, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I do know what you mean. 1,000%.
That's why when I see all these Tubi movies being like rolled out, it's a bunch of influencers in the films, and that's cool. And I'm glad that people are, getting work and they want to, pursue acting, but it's different. It's not the same. So I try to separate my platform from acting. Will I post my acting gigs? Yeah, but like, I don't post every single audition that I do, because for me, it's like, let me just focus on getting this audition, or getting, getting the next audition and doing the work, and, not associating it.
Right. For me, that's the challenge. My last guest. Shout out to Katherine, another Katherine. I got 2 Katherines in a row. I love that. She is brilliant when it comes to. She worked for BuzzFeed. She's brilliant when it comes to like data-driven content, right? Because that's what it's about. It's about getting numbers. And, I was talking to her about that, and she was just like, well, the thing about you, Kathy, is that you have a following, and it may be because a lot of it came from your previous chapter. I somebody like me, I don't have numbers like that yet. So, walking that line is like, that's my next strategy to figure out.
Well, I feel like, the following that you do have is quality followers. You have a lot of great people that follow you, and that's what matters. Yeah. You just got to keep creating the content and see what hits. And then when you see what hits, keep doing that.
Yeah. I just need one to hit, coñazo.
Yeah. And it will. It will. And what I've noticed is that some of the best actors don't have the following.
I mean,
that's one thing I'm like, wow, they're so good. Like,
well, I know people, dude, first of all, again, non-linear. Did you see Hell's Kitchen? Are you familiar with Hell's Kitchen on Broadway, the Alicia Keys story?
I'm not. I gotta watch it.
Kathy, it's an order.
Okay.
It's tell your man. Tell your man to go bring you to see Hell's Kitchen. You will be floored. Because the nostalgia of the music, just imagine Alicia Keys' entire discography, but like, they're love songs, but like mother-daughter, singing from that point of view of love, father-daughter, like it. I cried the whole time. I was so moved. The lead won the Tony. I mean, they won. They were nominated for 13 Tonys. They won a handful of them. Must see. But to that point, Broadway actors, they don't got numbers, and it don't get more talented than that, honey.
Let me tell you something. That is one thing that I know. I cannot sing, I cannot dance, and to do it at the same time, and then you got to act. That's like all 3 things in once at the same time.
At the same time.
It's a lot. Being a Broadway actor is probably the hardest job. And then outfit changes.
Quick changes, and not to mention, they don't get you don't get into musical theater for money whatsoever. Like, they don't get compensated that much.
And you're working every day. Like if
6
you
shows a week.
yeah.
No, 8 shows a week. 8
yeah, because
shows a
sometimes
week.
it's 2 on the weekends.
Yes, 8 shows a week. It is. You have to be an athlete. That's what people don't understand about stage acting. You need to be an athlete, especially if you're going to be a lead. But I know no singing, no dancing. Okay, fine. But there are plays. There are regular plays.
Yes.
Do you see yourself? Is that a lane that you explore at all?
I'm not exploring it right now, but one of the first projects that I ever did was also a play. It was called The Checklist, and
You
it
were in
was
it?
off Broadway. Yeah.
Everybody in their damn mama was in the checklist. Can I be in the checklist? Damn. Can
You
I
gotta
check
hit
the
Wally.
box?
You gotta hit Wally up.
I'm gonna hit him up. I'm gonna hit
I
him
don't know
up.
if he's still doing it right now, but because now they're doing a movie called Brain Fest.
Okay.
But that was my first time being on stage. Well, not my first time because I've done it for classwork tons of times, and it's but that was like 500 people, and I was like, wow,
Right.
there was a lot of people there. But it was my first time where I had to do something live and in person in front of a lot of people, so it was a little nerve-wracking, and it did make I did notice that I love film and TV better.
And why is that?
Because you have the opportunity to, it's like you can mess up and fix it. You can't mess up when you're on stage,
Well, you can. You
have to, but you have to be really good at not making other people notice you messed up. Like
Yes.
it's an art, it's like a technique. It's like you have to be very on point. And I was good. Like they loved me. It's just for me, I have anxiety and I like to just chill and kind of coast. And from not saying that film and TV, you coast, you don't. It's just as hard. But like you have a little bit more leeway to mess up a word and then you be like, oh, can we do that again?
Oh,
can
honey,
we take it back?
I've worked with people. I took a class with James Franco, and he was there was a part of it. We had the opportunity to shoot with him and say whatever you want about the man, but that man works his ass off. I don't, anyway, that's neither here nor there. But he showed up like, where's the script? Like on set and didn't know the words. But also, the more you do this, the more you realize that like the words are the least important part.
Yeah, it's more about like listening to what the other person is saying and
Right.
Yeah, and responding to that.
So, I mean, obviously, writers love y'all. Okay, your words matter. Your words do matter. But as far as acting goes, like the words that you're saying, it doesn't matter what you're saying if I don't believe you. If you're not embodying where you are, how you're feeling, the relationship to the person whom you're speaking to. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you're saying. So, yeah.
Yeah, so
and the more you do it, the more you learn.
Yeah.
Are there any other, we just named a bunch of avenues that you explore creatively, but are there any other avenues or roles within the beast that you want to step into?
I mean, it would be nice to do a little bit more action fighting. I want to be more of like a, just more action.
You want to do stage? Not stage. You want to do combat?
Yeah,
like
combat fighting. Yeah, but not stunts. Like I don't want to do stunts because
she's like, I'm not trying to die.
But I want to be able to, do scenes where we have choreographed a fight scene. And I think that's cool. But I'm not there right now,
dude. I have a certification to choreograph stage combat. Actually,
you do?
Yeah, and I got it in grad school.
So
we can. We got to work together, dude.
Yeah, we have to work together.
We have to.
I can learn so much from you. Like, I already know. Like,
and vice versa. I mean, vice versa. So that's something that we can explore offline. But just the 3-week intensive that I had for stage combat in Baton Rouge in 100+ degree Fahrenheit weather. Okay, I was moving nonstop for 7 hours, 5 days a week, 3 weeks straight. 3 weeks straight, I almost died, literally. I was like, I think I'm going to die from heat stroke. It was crazy. Bruises, just stage combat is no joke. Like, you fuck yourself up. You will fuck yourself up.
And especially if you have to film it and you have to do it multiple times to get all the angles.
Yes. People think it's all No,
No.
you will be bruised. Anyway, but it's para el arte.
All for the art.
do it
All
for the art.
the purpose of, telling the story.
Exactly. We are servants of the story. Okay, Kathy, we got to get out of here. I'm so sad.
I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave.
I don't want you to leave. I'm gonna have you back though. Don't worry. We're gonna have so much more to talk about. So I like to leave the audience with something valuable, something that they can implement into their lives to become better people. The name of the show is Act Up. Like, he acting up, but I like to repurpose it for the positive, that we are acting up. Action to ascend, right?
I love that.
So what is something that you recommend to the listeners that they do in their lives to act up? It could be literally anything.
I think just a lot of self-care, like, wake up in the morning, do something that is going to make you feel good, like always. Just don't do anything that you feel is going to make you stress out. Just wake up, go for a nice walk, meditate, something that'll add value to your everyday life. And, and then just be as productive as you can, and just work on your craft.
Work on your craft and love yourself.
And love yourself.
Love it. Love that. The more you know. Okay. Lastly, I like to ask everybody, if this was a memoir, you are writing a book, you're finishing writing a book, you're in the editing phase, but if this was a memoir that you were writing, if your life was a memoir and you were writing it right now, what would you name this chapter that you're currently in?
Living life. I mean, living life. I'm like living life to the max right now. I'm doing all the things that I love. And I'm just maximizing everything. Like, do everything. Do it all.
Do it all.
Do it all. Don't be afraid. Like, living life.
Living life.
Living life.
Beautiful.
Like sliving, like Paris Hilton says.
Living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden. That's what we doing.
Yeah.
And you are golden or bronze or whatever. You're all of it. You're all of it.
That Hamptons tan.
Ew. I seen it. I seen it on the story. You was at a club in the Hamptons. I seen it. All right. So we got to get out of here. Kathy, can you let the people know where they could stay tuned to all of you?
Yes. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms. Katherine K. Nunez. My book will be out soon. Follow me so you can stay tuned as to when it's going to come out. Watch all my movies. You can Google my name and all of the independent films that I've been in that will come out. And yes, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here, Kathy. And on that note, you already know what it is. Follow me, Act Up with AJ on Instagram, right? Yeah, Act Up with AJ on the gram, at AlanaJ.tv on everywhere else. And don't forget, subscribe, comment, thumbs up. Love you, mean it. We out, baby. Mwah.
That was so much fun.